Hello, everyone, and welcome back to D&D&D&D&D campaign number 2 of Black Ink and Blue Blood. When we last left off, the party formulated their final assault plan on the capital of Barbarous, the city of Toradana. Led by a Tabadran mercenary that knows the layout of the city into the canals, the party's intrusion will be stealthy and largely covered up by the immediate physical onslaught of the rest of the Western Alliance forces. Tabadrans will sneak into the city through every available means and take everything that isn't nailed down, while Autumnfall, Sundragon, and a small battalion of Tabadran riflemen engage the city in proper, glorious battle. And judging from the dust being shaken loose, the distant boom, and the changing patrols of soldiers, it appears the Battle of Toradana has begun. And as the guards watching over the canals take their leave, and you'll give a moment for them to get a bit ahead of you, the battle has begun. What would you all like to do?
Let's get going. We're on a time crunch here.
All right. Any objections? Okay.
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. I'm good. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah. So, forgot I was muted.
No worries.
I was crying.
Making your way through the tinted waters of the Toradana Canal. You're led by your guide about not too far, like a couple hundred feet through the water, and eventually go ahead. And eventually light opens overhead as the canal slips under the walls and out into the city proper. As soon as you're across it, your guide looks over his shoulder at all of you. In the distance, you can already hear the smattering of gun and cannon fire, and shouts echo across the city as soldier, conscript, and civilian alike are slowly either learning just through the noise or being told by passerby that the invasion has begun. At the very least, for now, it appears that attention is not on you. The open sky is above you, and the river water flows through the city. A few sloped stone pathways, presumably for people to get down here for either maintenance or simply to be here. A few of you with areas like this in your home countries would know that these kind of areas can be popular hangouts. While you can see maintenance ladders leading up, the walls themselves are smooth cut, elegant stone, all tinted with that same bismuthy color. The guide nods to your immediate left, and Corey's that way. Citadel, and he points to the right. That way.
Where is where do you think the border likely be?
Well, you said quarry that way, to the left.
I would think that you in the Citadel, no? Tallest tower like the as he is?
Likely he's going to be in the most defendable location.
And where would that be?
Well, I reckon that'd be the Citadel, your colonelness. And he gives you a sarcastic smile.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, off to the right we go then.
All right. So, do you guys wish to take the ladder or ascend through other means? Just for my reference.
I'm gonna take the ladder.
Well, you're flying.
I forgot.
Because she didn't want to get into the icky water.
Yeah, I was going to say the icky.
Stop!
but I will take the ladder.
Okay. Climbing your way up the ladder, Zephyr, I'm assuming you're just going up the walls? Alright. What's is taking the ladder, Lucian taking flight with Caleb, and Zephyr just scaling the walls. Your guide makes his way up, following the ladder as well. Made a little awkward due to his limp, so it's a little bit slow, but he does make it to the top with a grunting huff and slings himself over the side. And you all get your proper first inside look at Toradana itself, not having really gotten a proper look at it because of the defensive walls. You can see stretching out before you is a not a necessarily huge city. The city itself is actually fairly small. It's just that everything is super densely packed stone. You can see on the other side of the canal from you behind you is a small sort of mining settlement that is indeed over a quarry. And you can already see a few miners peeking out, curious at the distant firefight. The battle itself is, from the sounds of it, actually not too far from you. Again, the city itself being rather small. You can see that between you and the inner city, where the Citadel would be, is a lot of kind of open, just largely undeveloped land that's being used for either mining or farming. So it's going to be a lot of open land to cross before you get to the inner city. However, true to the Western Alliance Army's word, other than a few small patrols that you can see are already diverting their attention completely to the walls, there does not appear to be any guards, at least not for a while. How do you wish to go about your approach to the city?
I say we go right in. I mean, there's no guards, right?
I think we should still try to be a little bit sneaky, but try to make it look casual.
You casually be sneaky.
Yeah, barbarian fire drill. Like, look like you're supposed to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Zephyr, how about you?
Oh yeah, he'll probably just go invisible knowing him. He just hides behind the barbarian in a shadow.
All right, so are you stealthing, Zeph? All right, what? Okay. So Zephyr, you're sneaking. What's his?
He'll sneak.
Lucian?
I try to sneak.
Okay. Throwing off the more conspicuous parts of your arrangement, you begin to make your way out to the inner city of Toradana. Zephyr, you keep your speed fast, but not too fast. What's is, you largely bank on being relatively human passing, and while you try to be stealthy overall, you mostly bank on just being inconspicuous. And Lucian, you try to be as stealthy as you can without making any disruptions to your comfort. Everyone roll stealth.
Where did I put dice? I just charged dice under the full moon, so hopefully it will act better. I need to see what my plus is for my stealth.
For a barbarian, I've got a pretty good stealth modifier. Maybe you should multi-class into a rogue.
We keep telling you to do that.
Yeah.
I play every other class.
As a
play them
rogue.
like a rogue.
Yeah. It's true. You got sticky fingers.
It's shiny.
I got 17.
Okay, 17.
Natural 20, so 28.
28, natural 20. Zeph? Thank you. Just a moment. However, will you manage?
What'd you do? Roll at 8?
Yeah. That's the thing. Reliable talent like makes rolling poorly pretty forgivable offense, you know. All right. You all begin slipping into the city. The guide noting any major locations you pass by, what to avoid and what to lean towards. Eventually, you make it to the edge of what appears to be an orchard, and the guide kind of brings you to a stop before you start kind of crossing into it properly. You do see a small patrol of those same soldiers in white that you had seen in your first encounter with Barbarous. A group of them just patrolling the orchard with guns at the ready. Taking the time to carefully slip past them, you make your way through the orchard and are now at the outskirts of the inner city of Toradana. At this point, you notice unsettlingly the sounds of battle have already gone quiet. Whatever happened, it ended fast. You're not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But the silence of the city makes it only more eerie. No idea whether your allies are alive or not.
I'm gonna send a message.
Okay.
I'm gonna send a message. I'm like immediately worried about Aggie. I'm gonna send a message.
Alright, I'm back. What I missed?
Hello. You guys got out of the canals, started entering the city. They do have patrols still like looking for intruders, so you did draw the bulk of them away, but there is still some people looking for you. You haven't been seen yet. You're about halfway there. But interestingly, you guys noticed by the time you got to the inner city, the sounds of the battle have already stopped. So whatever happened ended quickly. Lucian's about to try and message Agnes to see what the situation is. There we go. Sorry, I had to get the right soundtrack. Lucian, you cast Sending, knock off the spell slot. What do you say?
Is it me? Or did it get really quiet? Is everything okay where you guys are? Do you need help?
All right.
It should be the perfect amount.
You're good? Just a second.
No response.
You're reply to this message.
Sending. There you are.
It actually does tell you.
Yeah, no. I was making sure they were doing their spell slots. Lucian, as you send out your message to Sundragon, to your relief, you do get a response. She sounds haggard and distracted, but she does respond. Yeah, we're okay. It was bloody, but ended fast. We're just taking prisoners now, and we're heading for the Citadel after.
Oh dang, that's pretty efficient.
I'll pass on the message to.
How long had it been?
I think I mentioned this while you were away, or like before pre-session. I rolled out how the battle went off camera, just because that by itself took me hours. I won't spoil the results until you guys regroup and measure casualties. But the battle ended in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I think the battle system might need a little rebalancing.
Remember that like 80% of Barbaros's army was conscripts of an abused minority.
I mean, fair.
Confident that your army, while from the sounds of it did take up somewhat of a beating, did manage to withstand the onslaught and take the city. Lucian, do you pass word to the party?
I do.
All right. Lucian informs the rest of you. The city is taken, but the citadel has not been breached yet. And again, you guys have seen Barbaros still has his elites on the lookout.
Guys are like not concerned.
Remember, they're across the city. They may not even know yet.
Oh, but they will.
At this point, you have reached the outskirts of the inner city, as mentioned. You can see this outer area is mostly a kind of just depot, for lack of a better term. You can see a lot of storage barrels of various materials just kind of kept out here and out of the city, and with good reason, as to Major Boys, given your urban familiarity, the two of you kind of quickly size up Toradana before you infiltrate it. It is a very unusual city by your metric. The buildings are all these rounded, kind of dome-like stone structures that all are just kind of haphazardly placed near each other, like randomly taller, shorter, trying to account for the changes in elevation as this place is built on very uneven terrain. And the pathways are all narrow and winding and look identical. There's no kind of obvious signage, and Caleb, you and Zephyr, both have pretty high passives, can spot a few graffitis in Thieves' Cant that are actually just trying to help people get an idea of what is where in the city. Overall, this place is a fucking labyrinth.
I love the graffiti.
Yeah.
Does Rosewick usually have signage everywhere?
Well, at the very least, there's like obvious indications, like this place, this place has like a defensive look to it, so it's probably a barracks. This place has like windows, so you can see that from the inside it's a store. Here, literally everything pretty much looks identical, and there's no visual indication of any kind what is where. It's like you're just expected to know what is supposed to be where.
Yeah, filthy humans.
A little too organized, don't you think?
Does Caleb hear What's say that?
I mean, I'd say so. It doesn't sound like he was keeping it down.
Yeah, he does. I am going to say he does say that under his breath for himself. It's one of those stage whispers.
No, I get that. Just let me check. Caleb's got a pretty good passive perception, so I'll say he does hear it.
Caleb's like, you got the problem with us?
Just these.
Yeah, you're fine.
Y'all are civilized, at least.
I wouldn't say that.
I see. We're the good ones.
Yes, you're the good ones.
Yeah.
I would pat him on the head, but I'd probably lose a finger or two at least.
Again.
Oh no, he lost a whole arm that time.
everyone sans what's-is. That's not me being a dick for the record, just passive perceptions.
Oh yeah.
Everyone sans what's-is. You also can see, yet again, more patrols of elite soldiers patrolling the streets. You can tell that they, at the very least, seem to have an idea of where they're going. Either they know where everything is, or they're just making a completely random route look confident. Either way, there is a chance of being spotted going any further. And you also notice
stealth rolls.
Yeah, we did that for getting this far, so yeah, at this point you'll be doing it again. And I will add, as a little addendum.
Is our guide still here, or did he fuck off?
No, yeah, he's still here. He's trying to at least get you to the Citadel. Especially that you can tell now why. If you didn't have him leading you, you'd have no idea where you were going.
Also, I didn't think about it being important. I thought if it came up, but I probably should say this just in case.
Please.
I got rid of the ring, but I got the amulet of proof against detection locations.
All right, thank you for pointing that out. I will keep that in mind. The officers patrol. Oh, and yeah, the final addendum I will make before you guys decide what to do next is that everything, including the buildings, are also coded in that same odd kind of tealish color.
And it's stone, right?
Yes, the buildings themselves are stone. Just picture like if you just cast an ant colony in concrete, put it horizontal, and then made a city out of that. It's utilitarian and drab and featureless.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this sounds a lot like they just built a city out of concrete.
One of the first things you saw coming in was a shit ton of quarries.
And then polished it just to make it, look nice.
Yeah, look pretty. So the people don't wander around just like, can't wait to game over in Minecraft. What do you all wish to do?
Also, the creation of Toradana colorized.
Yeah,
Caleb, I'm just gonna say Caleb looks to our little guide and says, "You know which way to go."
Aye. Probably one of the few outsiders who knows how to navigate this place. And he points to what, again, to you guys, completely identical to every other fucking building. That there, for instance, is one of the medical tents. Medical huts, at any rate.
Do you know the story of why the city is built like this?
Oh, aye. And if you guys are willing, he will just continue kind of guiding you quietly and stealthily through the city as he kind of talks to you. Do you wish to proceed forward?
Yeah.
All right.
Now we roll less stealth.
Yep, everyone roll stealth. You may apply any usual modifiers.
Can I say that?
Anything you wish to.
Can I say that Caleb gives the others some, basically be like, let me show you how to do it, to maybe help them out a little bit? Like, follow my lead, I'll show you what to do.
Yeah, sure.
Because, that is one of Caleb's strong suits.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll allow it.
He might be the best one here, depending on how good Zephyr is at being sneaky.
No.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Especially since rogues can hide as a bonus action, I'll count this as taking a help action and then a stealth as a bonus action. So if any of you, make sure you announce if you're going to, so that multiple people don't benefit from it. But one of you who doesn't have it already may have advantage on this stealth roll.
Yeah, I'll let the cleric have it.
Thank you.
All right, Lucian, you may roll with advantage. Caleb will help you not slip and be caught.
Oh, thank God. Because my first roll was a 5.
Noted. So Caleb just saved your ass. Roll stealth again.
God, Caleb.
19 plus 2.
All right, 21.
I got a... Oh, sorry.
No, please, go ahead, Caleb.
I got a 24. No,
Okay,
26.
26, 21, Zephyr.
7.
27. What's his?
26.
26. All right.
This-
Just
I
like our
forgot
good
that my.
rogue.
Poor Lucian.
For some reason, I thought my plus was a 12, but no, it's a 14.
This is not her forte, okay?
Yeah, we all have our weak spots.
Like, or that what's this is when it comes to passive perception, what's this is far behind as well.
Yeah. What's his isn't good at seeing, and you're not good at not being seen. It balances out.
Hey, honestly, what is that for his plus to stealth?
Plus 10. I didn't give myself expertise.
That's I think I have a plus 13 for like.
Caleb also gets advantage on stealth rolls.
Dang.
Mhm.
I have actually.
Mine's a plus 8.
We have a little plus 2.
All
I
right.
mean, heck, I believe plus 0 is considered an average person's skill, so Lucian's still above average.
Yeah. Commoners, it's a plus 0 to literally everything. So. All right. Zephyr, you and your brother lead the elves in creeping quietly through the winding labyrinth of a city. And as you go, your guide does kind of idly whisper, stage whisper, but whispers to all of you what he knows of the city. What little that the governor didn't simply take, he built from what he knows. And what he knows is plunder everything from the ground and keep it. All this, and he gestures to the just mounds of homes, initially just meant to be a temporary residence for soldiers and miners, but once the governor realized what a literal gold mine he had built his little settlement atop of, decided to make the residence a bit more permanent. Sadly, with how thick this stone is, and he kind of takes his sword and kind of lightly tink 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 against it, realized it was a bit too late for any marking, and from what I hear whispers of from the higher-ups, felt like it would give the common disadvantaged too much of a leg up navigating the city. All the native-borns know this city like the back of their hand, lived in it all their lives. Outsiders, non-humans, they never see it. When they do see it, it's limited, and they're never told what's where. So, they don't know anything more than what needs to be known.
Seems very inefficient.
Oh, quite. He likes to claim it's to protect state secrets from the undercommon, but most in our line of work like to agree that it's just to get a little feeling of superiority. If he finds out that the goblins are literate, well, that challenges his view, don't it?
Also, it seems, from what I understand, he has a much broader definition of undercommon than most.
Aye. Anything that isn't pink of skin and round of ears ain't allowed. You slip through a narrow stone hill street and start making your way down the sloping alley. Dwarves, gnomes, elves, what little are even allowed here, either live out on the farmlands or in the canals. What few little hideaways they had in the city, I was charged with clearing.
I don't understand how someone becomes just that much hateful. Especially the people who have done nothing to you.
He gives a little bit of a smirk, although you notice it's dark and humorless. Hate's got no reason to it, boy.
What do you mean?
He kind of thinks for a moment, seeming like he's just trying to think of how to phrase it to you before kind of looking to you and gives you a kind of considering look. Let me ask you, Your Majesty, if I had been a little less forthcoming with information you wanted from me, what would you have done to me? What would you have done to make me squeal?
Well, usually I tend to rely on cutting more than anything.
Now, Does that mean you have any, personal hate toward me? Or is it more I just don't give you what you want?
I would say it's the second one. I don't have any personal reason to dislike you.
So that's reason. Now, is there anyone in this world out there that you do truly make disposition of?
There's a whole group of them, actually.
And what reason do you have for that?
Well, they did all kinds of things to me and people I care about, and they endangered my home.
Aye, but see, they struck you first. This is vengeance, what you're feeling. What he feels up in that little citadel of his. We understand it. I've seen the man once beneath the mask. All of us expected there to be something there. Scars, missing eye, some sort of deformity that would rationalize to all of us why he came to hate the non-human so. And you know what I saw?
Let me guess, he just had a normal face.
Yeah, perfectly normal human face.
Aye. No blinded eye or battle scars for him to want vengeance upon those who are different than he. No, what he feels, Your Majesty, is real hate. Not the kind of hate born in battle. Vengeance is messy, but there's dignity to it. You know, they say a quest for vengeance ends in 2 graves, but death is not something to fear. But hate like this. You said it yourself. He gestures to another narrow gap that, again, is sloping, disjointed. It doesn't even make sense that someone would traverse this. And you find yourselves thinking that it almost seems like the city is either deliberately or otherwise designed to make even the simple act of walking down the street miserable and uncomfortable. Every brick and bit of stonework in this place is dedicated to 2 things. Him and his stay up there, and he gestures out west to the direction of the Citadel. And the rest, and he gestures to the area around you, stay out here. Some of us think it's because he's scared. Humans die, can't see in the dark, aren't born with magic in their blood. But me, I reckon it's something a little different. The same sort of thing that puts nobles on thrones and scions in seats. I don't think it's a vengeful sort of hate. I think it's just the sort of hate of a man who knows what he wants and knows that he can't have it. So he tries to take it from others. It's a bratty, selfish little mindset, unfortunately, as I think you can well attest. And you can see his eyes flick over the rest of the party. You don't get to that sort of seat without thinking that way.
So basically, he's angry and jealous that he's actually human and doesn't have the same abilities as the others.
That's what I think personally, and that's what a lot of the others think. But put me in a room with the man, ask me to pry information out of his tongue. I'd lean my guess more towards maybe there isn't a reason. I don't think he was born hateful. I just think he became that way. And nobody's ever given him a reason to think of elsewise. Well, yeah. He gestures to all of you. Till now.
Yeah,
so I guess there just is no reasoning with such a person.
Oh, aye. If anyone of this here little traveling party has any hope of reasoning with the man, it'd be you, your majesty, man to man. But I suspect anything he don't want to hear would likely be chalked up to elvish charm or the machinations of whatever you are. And he gestures to Zephyr.
I can't imagine he would hold a king of thieves very highly either.
Well, I can all but promise ye, he'd hold you a far sight higher than even the mightiest elvish lord.
Yeah, he's got a point. So I don't think he's jealous. Otherwise, he'd be trying to figure out how to become like that instead of stripping it away.
And besides, isn't it possible for humans to learn things that are magical?
Aye, but to become a wizard takes time, and many just simply don't have the brains for it. I know I certainly don't.
Lucian stifles a snicker.
He very pointedly ignores it.
I guess it's easier for elves considering they can live so long.
Aye.
Sorry, that was not kind. I apologize.
Well, that's more than what I expected, miss. And he gives you a small bow.
I'll give him a bow back.
And he mutters in thieves' cant. Maybe there's hope yet.
Sorry, I don't understand that language.
Just making sure that the stealthy ones know which way they's going before. And Caleb, it's at this point that you see a patrol snaking its way down the road you're taking, and have to drag Lucian into the alley and cover her mouth to stifle her gasp as the patrol narrowly misses you as it passes by on patrol. That happens.
Slap his hand. Hands where I can see them.
Aye, miss. I'm sure His Majesty will be sure to leave you to the wolves next wise.
Oh, it was Caleb?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Caleb.
Oh, that's fine. I thought it was him.
Yeah, you made it sound like it was him who did it.
No, he said Caleb.
I did.
I apologize.
I guess I didn't hear that part. I just heard put the hand over his mouth, pulled her aside. I'm like, ah.
I was
That's
like,
one way to get her to shut up.
oh, you're gonna get bit, mister.
Be careful. He might like that.
Ugh.
Also, I was gonna have Caleb say, that's my type.
At this point, you've made it to the inner depths of Toradana. The gaps between buildings get a little larger. There's actual squares and decor. While there's still no labeling of anything, there's at least landmarks now.
Is there more logic to it?
No, but it's prettier and more comfortable.
This is what I get.
So this is the middle class.
Oh, sorry, your colonelness. Sorry to disappoint ye. This is as upper class as it gets. Look.
Really?
And he gestures, and indeed, you can see...
this place has a middle class.
Or in class, really.
Oh, there's class, all right, miss.
Pretty sure class is
like
here.
She looks like she very much doubts that.
I think the classes here are broken down more as the human class and the not human class.
Aye. But... and he gestures, and you can see up on a hill, surrounded by a few stone structures, but visible due to its elevation, is the Citadel. A fairly large, largely wooden building, interestingly, contrasting the large stonework. While you can see pillars of stone supporting it, the building itself seems largely wooden. You can see that it is surrounded on all sides by a relatively small wall, only about a 3.5 to 4 foot stone wall, likely more just cover than a true like wall that you would stand upon, almost like a stone palisade of sorts. You can see this structure surrounds it on all sides, and there are little bits of plant life growing inside, presumably a garden of some kind that you can't fully see from here. And at about every intersection of 30 feet or so is the banner and a creed of Barbarous waving proudly over the walls, which is, given the state you guys know the city is in, rather ironic. While the citadel itself has yet to fall, the city itself has already largely been taken.
What is their motto?
Here, let me pull it up. It was mentioned offhandedly a while back, but let me pull it back up. There.
We'll have a point to make sure the Tibadran one gets like painted over it.
Valid. And yes, the motto is never accept things as they are.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, it's not.
Yeah, constant change, progression.
I suppose.
That's all in the translation.
Not to mention things are not always as they seem.
Aye. Well,
Like my first thought, burn the building, but more likely than not,
Matthew,
they've got
what is
sort
the
of.
exact? I remember like the words of the Tibadran motto, but I can never remember the exact order they're in.
It's actually right next to Barbarous on my notes. Lie, steal, cheat, survive.
Caleb was just gonna say, I think that wall would look better with lie, steal, cheat, survive.
What about the wicked one? Huh?
There's only one wicked person here, so you might get one flag at best.
Yeah, I'd rather do raggies anyways.
While you all fight over whose flag to plant on your most recent conquest, I'm afraid I will not be here to see it. And he gives a bow to you, Caleb, indicating that in his mind, his duty to you has ended.
Very well.
Before you go, you've been very helpful, and I will reach into my pocket and pull out a small handful of coins, and I'll pass him 50 gold.
He takes the gold and looks over it almost curious, uncertain, but stows it into his breast pocket after a moment of thought. I take my leave, Your Highness, Your Colonelness, Miss.
Lucian rolls her eyes.
He's polite, if nothing, at least.
Yeah.
Caleb would just say, I'm sure there will be. I assure you that there will be opportunities for more coin if you ever stop by home again.
Now that you're under new management, I assume my exile is lifted.
No management, and I feel like it's only fair after you helped us today.
Well, then I just may consider it, especially if there's more pouches like this, and he pats at the clinking bag in his chest, to be found.
There's always more pouches like that to be found. Just have to know where to look.
Usually this guy.
Then as long as you remain the win inside, Your Highness, you can count on me service. I take my leave of ye. I intend to get some out of the quarry before the rest of my kind get there.
Good luck.
He gives you a smirk, and with a tip of his hat to each of you, slips into an alley and limps out of sight. You all can see that the citadel itself is definitely guarded. You can see clusters of uniformed officers wielding muskets at every inch of the palisade-like wall. You do not see the Western Alliance army yet, but again, you got told like 10 minutes ago that they had pretty much taken the city and were just managing the prisoners before they moved on to the Citadel. You're not sure when or if they're going to arrive. What do you wish to do?
So,
if I had known it would have been that easy to win that battle, I would have just focused everything on that.
how far away are the walls of the Citadel?
From where you are right now, gotta do some math. What are you asking for? Just if it's like a range thing, I can tell you pretty quickly.
Basically, I'm trying to figure out, one, how far away we are, and two, if he can throw something like, say, a flash pot that'll be very catchy to get people's attention.
From here, absolutely not. Like, you
No,
still
that's what I'm
gotta
saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, like, distance.
Basically, I'll stop you whenever you are at a range where you could reasonably do something like that.
Because I'm wanting to throw it like way off to the side so it'll get everyone's attention. People might go that way, so we can slip through.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll know whenever you're close enough to do that. Right now, you still got a few minutes of walking to even get there.
Okay, in that case, I still want to be stealthy.
Of course.
You need another stealth check now that we're here?
Yeah, of course. But for the rest of you, anything special, or just get closer and go from there?
Yeah, let's try to get as close as we can.
Guess
Okay.
Caleb will help Lucian again.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Caleb guiding Lucian to avoid her making another slip up. You all make your way closer to the Citadel. Make your appropriate stealth checks.
Oh, it's a good thing it's advantage.
Yeah.
Like you said, good thing it's advantage.
I rolled the one thing you can't roll whenever you have the
Oh,
talent ability.
no!
That was my first roll. Was like, oh well, that's the one thing you can't bump up to.
Oh
advantage.
no!
Yeah.
Then I rolled the second one. And I was like, okay, we're good.
All right.
Oh no!
Yeah. Let's see if it balances out. All right. Zephyr.
21.
What's his?
26.
Caleb.
24.
Lucian.
I don't even want to say it. So
Just say it.
10.
Okay.
Yeah, with that reaction, I thought it was going to be a nat 1.
I did get a natural 1, but I got a natural 8 because of
Advantage.
Advantage.
All right. You all make your way, creeping.
And we both rolled a 1 on our first roll.
Yeah, Jesus. Making your way further west as you start to essentially, essentially starting to kind of circle the western wall. You can see a few watchtowers from which even more patrols are watching the surroundings. Lucian, your gaze is so fixed on avoiding patrols and making sure the guards on the walls won't be able to see you that you're caught really off guard when, as mentioned, the layout of the city is getting a little more open and comfortable for those living closer to the Citadel, that you end up actually wandering out into like an open square, just, you know, because you've gotten so used to it being literally nothing but dark alleys that Caleb actually has to yank you back by the cloak. And you do let out a yelp that visibly does cause a few guards to look your way, but Caleb does manage to hide you well enough that after kind of clearly being a little on guard, like they're not stupid, but likely having estimated it to just be another battle casualty, they settle into place.
Man, they're so just nonchalant about battle casualties.
Remember, a lot of the army isn't theirs.
They don't consider it.
Yeah. At this point, from the patrols you guys have seen, you are essentially nestled between the western, or well, from your direction, it's the eastern technically, the eastern wall of the Citadel, and a patrol that's kind of just investigating the area. They're a little ways behind you, but if you make significant enough noise, they likely will come your way. At a glance, you can see that the Citadel is, to their credit, not terribly defended. You can see a garrison of at least 100 men lining the narrow, small stone palisade, guns at the ready. At your current angle, you can just, sans what's-is, you all can just barely make out movement in the western edge of the city, where, judging from the fact that you're seeing a lot of movement without gunfire, is the Alliance army. And you can indeed see pillars of smoke from gunfire and presumably cannon fire and alchemical fire. Your allies are making their way closer, but they have not reached the Citadel yet. What do you wish to do?
Well, I guess that swift victory offered some opportunities. Do you think we should wait for them to catch up?
I was wondering if we should just wait here for them. I don't want to go on these alone.
But if we do that, we'll have to actually share barbers.
And that's a problem. How? More people to fight this guy, the better. I think you're seriously underestimating.
It's almost like we talked about this earlier.
We did.
I was out of cure.
Yeah.
I just think we should go ahead and go in.
I can always check in with Aggie and see where they're at, and then we can make the call.
Yeah, you don't need to keep wasting spell slots, though. You only have so many. Yeah, no offense, without your spell slots, you don't really.
She narrows her eyes. She narrows her eyes. Continue.
So, save your spell slots. So, I think we should just go ahead and get it over with. If we can kill him before they get here, the rest of the soldiers might stand down.
How are we going to get past these guards? Please tell me.
I'll cause a distraction. I'll throw a flash pod over there, and that will give us enough time to get through.
Do you not think that that would, bring other people over here, too? And cause more of, people to fight?
Doubt it. They're all spread out pretty thin at the moment.
To be fair, if they think an attack is coming from a certain direction, they may concentrate what they have.
I'm gonna trust you guys on this one because I don't know.
Because that's what I was thinking. Maybe if our forces could launch some kind of attack on one end, we could sneak in the back end when they react to it. With them spread so thin, they probably are I would imagine that they would probably plan to concentrate their forces on wherever the attack is coming from.
Suppose I don't really know battle tactics, so I'm just gonna leave it up to you guys.
Now, do you think our people can handle these?
Can I, based off of what I'm seeing, how many do I think there are at this area?
Like I said, the garrison seems to be about 100 men, not counting any patrols that might circle in from the city once they hear there's a fight going on.
Oh yeah. They'll take these guys easy.
And with Barbarous looking one way, we'll be able to come up behind them another. I think it might be beneficial to wait for the army to return.
I actually agree with you on that, Caleb.
Our original plan was because we didn't think our army was going to be able to break through that easily, but now that they did, we might as well make use of all of our resources at our disposal.
Zephyr, you content? Always so disgruntled.
This is the thing. Could I just sneak in by myself? I'll wait.
I mean, if you want to do some sneaking, Zephyr, maybe you could try to scout ahead to find out where he is.
Yeah, but you can't message us, or I can't locate you either with your little device.
Get me in this.
No, you're so tiny. I can barely see you.
Well, knowing you guys, I'll probably be able to find you quite easily.
It's true.
I don't. I do believe that. Yeah.
All right. Zeph, do you want to infiltrate while the party waits for reinforcements?
Sure.
Okay.
Zephyr gonna Zephyr.
Hey, Caleb knows Zephyr. He knows he gets restless when he's not doing anything.
Okay. Give me just a second to pull up what I might need. Zeph, what's your methodology going to be?
Now, I got rid of the ring. I have magic.
Can't believe you got rid of the invisibility ring.
Well, I thought. Okay, my thought process was wouldn't have magic, but inside the castle was anti.
No, yeah, like that was not a bad conclusion to come to. It was designed to make you think that way.
I planned on not having it, but I didn't want. I have a way to turn invisible, but it's temporary. But either way, I will make it a little more quicker to get into openings faster. I will use my boots.
Okay. Boots of speed.
Booties of speed.
You dart your way up the hill between the stone buildings towards the citadel. Roll stealth.
Alright, that will be a 27.
Okay. Zephyr, fast but quiet, like a knoll in the night. You snake your way up the hill. As mentioned, the walls themselves are very small, like, again, more just providing cover than being like a shooting position. You are able to easily, if you wish, sling yourself over the small walls and into the citadel proper.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Sounds like Zephyr or something.
Zephyr, leaping over the walls, you find yourself in the outer boundaries of the citadel, where most kingdoms, even Tebedra, usually has like garden or some kind of like guest area in a place like this. You know, something that would imply hospitality and, you know, being welcoming, even if it is just a facade. This more has the appearance of like a lazy attempt at it. Sure, there is a fountain in the center of the path. There is, as mentioned, bushes and small young saplings growing along the walls. And the banner of Barbarous, while oppressive, understandably, to its enemies, could be seen as welcoming and securing to their allies. But that sort of feeling is disillusioned by the terrain and the occupancy. Unlike Tebedra, which has growing, if poorly kept, grasses and flowers, the ground here is just tamped earth and rock. The pathway is this dark, almost charcoal-like material. A massive squadron of a little under 20 soldiers lines the wall next to you, a mere 15 feet from you, but you're just like crouching in a bush out of sight and silent. And you can see a looming watchtower that again, could be seen as security for an ally, but here it only gets across more of that idea that this place is always being watched. You can see the Citadel itself is 65 feet ahead of you. There is a single door and 2 sets of double doors on either side of that door. 3 sets of staircases matching those doors lead up about 10 feet up to the actual, like, sort of porch structure of the Citadel Palace itself. You cannot see from here what is inside, but you do see windows line the walls. So if you got closer, you could theoretically see inside.
I saw guards be walking around while Zephyr be like,
Zephyr, what do you do?
Oh, that's 2 people.
What's up?
The gift that you put, that's 2 guys.
Yeah.
"Oh, is it?
So it is.
Yeah, it's Zephyr and Red.
Oh, it is. It is a second one. I thought that was a stick."
Yeah, I know. Gecko. Yeah, Zeph, what do you do? You have so far gone unnoticed.
I would like to keep it that way, but reconnaissance, I must go to the window.
Okay. I apologize for having to ask you this so many times, but given the nature of the situation, I think you can understand. Roll stealth. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 27. Very good. Just double checking something real quick. Okay. Zephyr, you creep your way silently and quickly to the fountain. Take cover. Give a moment. To the stairs. Take cover. Give a moment. Up onto the porch. You take a peer inside. You can see a large entrance hall. This actually seeming more royal and well constructed. You can see inside of this building is or at least from where you're standing, is a 70 by 85 entrance hall, layered with various types of elaborate and beautifully carved stonework, seemingly imported from different regions of Yav, all creating this elaborate and beautiful decor. At the far end of this hall, a good distance from you, is a winding pair of staircases that ascend to be about 35 feet high, leading to this balcony that looks over the entire entrance hall. Beneath that balcony, you can see a statue of Barbarous that is posed with his sword hilt in hand. And you can see Barbarous himself, surrounded by a small group of about 5 officers, with 3 more below him currently being given orders. With your passive perception, yes, you are able to hear what he's saying. Pressing your ear to it, you can faintly hear, "They're going to be here any second. More than likely, they're going to be ahead of the main army. Tell them I need those reinforcements now. If they want to get what they want, I need backup. Otherwise, well, none of you want to find out what happens otherwise." The 3 soldiers salute and ascend the stairs up to the balcony, heading deeper into the palace and out of sight. Barbarous himself sighs and leans over the balcony. You can see he is wearing the mask that you have seen on some of the officers. and you can see that at his waist are two essentially quiver-like designs, but you can see instead of arrows, they contain hiltless sword blades.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Point of inspiration. However, Zephyr, something else gets your attention as well. You feel something bump into you.
Oh.
You startle, but looking around don't see anything. However, you turning to look to see what bumped you lets you just make out the smallest of the palace doors open and shut invisibly.
Yes. I will check to see if anything's missing out of my gear.
Roll perception.
This is payback, I think.
22.
Zephyr, patting down your pockets, checking all of your various bags real quick. You don't see anything missing. You can see the door opening and closing did not go unnoticed by Barbarous, who grunts and silently nods to the soldiers still in the room with him, who start descending the stairs to go investigate.
How far up high is Barbarous?
35 feet high and 80 feet away from your current position.
35 feet.
Yeah, and 85 or 80 feet away.
Anything was that high.
Yeah, for you, distance is nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I think I figured I had to roll if it's too high. I'm currently at a walking speed. I have the reliable, or not the second story work.
Also, since you've made it this far, the rest of you, your tokens will be here, but you can just ignore them. Zephyr, I will reveal to you the battle map. Doot! And let me get rid of the fog of war now that you've seen what there is to see.
Oh, it fell off. Oh. Now you.
Hang on,
Like,
Yeah.
let me get rid of the fog. More fog.
makes everything fogged. Yeah, I was trying to see if there was a button to just reveal everything automatically, but there wasn't, so I'll just need to do it this way. Hold up.
Yeah. But there's a new one.
Oh, yeah? Oh, cool. Yeah, Zephyr, that's where you are. Ignore the rest of the party's icons. It's just, like, to give a sense of direction. But this is the situation you can see.
Then what about this thing right here?
Hmm?
What's going on over here?
That represents the big-ass patrol you just went by.
Oh, I see. I was like, there's just a really big man there?
Yeah, no, there's not. I couldn't find a token for big-ass group, so I just went with guy with gun, but big, to represent how much space the unit takes up. Yeah, so what you gonna do, Zeph?
So he's in like a little like he's on like a little chair, I assume, like a throne or something?
No, he's just leaning over railing up here.
Alright. Could I...
This seems more like an entrance hall than an actual, like, throne room.
I get him? Or is there like a... I'm assuming he's inside the building.
Yeah, yes.
I'd like to get inside the...
Okay, roll stealth.
I really, really hope that you're reading my mind right now.
Yeah, just doing what Zephyr does.
I know.
Okay, so...
Doing what
25.
Zephy does.
That needs to be a
25.
t-shirt.
Okay. Give me just a second, pulling up all the relevant stat sheets. Oh.
What about the data sheets? Oh.
I don't know what is with you guys today.
I told you it's a full moon.
All right.
Yeah,
Zeph,
being affected by the sunlight bouncing off the moon.
crazy in the moonlight, loving in the sunlight, having a... Okay. Zephyr, you're pretty confident you can get in quietly. You slip carefully through the door that you had seen open and shut earlier, and unlike whoever went in before you, just silently slither in. The guards are completely oblivious to your presence. However, you cannot stay here out in the open, and there's no cover. You got to reposition quick before you are spotted.
No need. Luckily, I have just one. I figured, this is completely useless, but not anymore. Potion invisibility.
Hey! All right, nice.
You are reading my mind.
Oh, that's what Zephyr does.
Zephyr, you quickly, as the doors quietly squeak shut behind you, swallow a potion of invisibility, camouflaging yourself from sight as the officers continue to make their way down to investigate.
I don't know why random thought popped in my head. Like, did you satisfy thirst if you just drink enough potions?
I'm gonna say probably. Yeah, maybe it works like on Dr. Pepper rules, like it hydrates you temporarily, but then you just have to pee.
Essay is on drinking Dr. Thunder.
Yeah, I'm over here with Big K.
Man, look at y'all people with your fucking off-brand soda.
It's cheaper!
And I'm sitting over
really
here
is.
just drinking the real shit.
I mean, I have let's see, 1, 2, 3.
Zephyr.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 cans of Mountain Dew here.
Zephyr, you do still have a reaction, or rather, basically, you're not in combat or anything, but basically, that's your bonus action. You can still move or use an action before Barbarous gets a chance to do anything else. So, what do you wish to do?
I will first see what they do, I guess.
Okay. Zephyr, invisibly slithering against the ground flush. The officers slowly grow closer to you, guns raised high, prepared for something to happen. However, they are, of course, oblivious to your presence. You can see Barbarous, however, while he does not appear to see you, he does appear suspicious and does look to the one officer still on the balcony with him and kind of jabs him in the chest. Go get the others. Bring them back. But, sir, the message. Yes, obviously send the message first and then get back here. We're not alone. You can see the officer's face pale and he gives a nod before hurrying out of the room. And Zephyr, you see Barbarous take out a black sword hilt. A black sword hilt with gold trim and mechanical parts.
Oh, I remember?
He shoves it into the quiver of blades and unsheaths a long sword.
Freaking attack.
I remember this.
No, yeah, very, very much. Yeah, you can basically just picture like a less and not like a design thing, but like mechanically a less clunky. Yeah. He holds the sword high and. I know you're here, Zephyr.
Oh.
You really made a good guess.
I know it's you. Your brother would have brought an army at his back. You're the only one stupid to come alone.
Now, where is he? What happened to him?
Same location. He hasn't moved.
Oh,
Do you want to just meet a point? Yeah, that's him.
I thought I saw
Where's
someone in the
Zephyr?
back there. I'm right way down here.
Oh, damn, that's a big room.
Yeah, big ass entrance hall. Think about it. This is his entrance hall while the rest of the fucking city is living in a little ant colony.
I bet this place has a lot to steal.
Speaking of stealing.
Well, there's one thing that you could steal.
His life.
Matt's got it. Matt's got it.
Yeah, yes, but coop up the pigeons for a bit. Zephyr, what do you do?
Right here. I will cast Detect Magic. I'm gonna go Losa.
Detect magic. Boop, 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 boop. Does that put you in detect magic range of him?
Technically, if he's 35 feet up, no.
Okay, so yeah, you're not detecting anything. Well, actually, wait.
Well, yeah, it's based off distance or something.
You do detect something, though.
Oh.
Zephyr. Literally 10 feet in front of you, you detect a 10-foot diameter circle that's giving off conjuration magic on the floor.
Oh.
Let's see. Do I have anything fire?
What's conjuration?
Conjuration is generally the modification of existing spells.
So there's a modified spell there.
Mm.
Some sort of modification.
Yeah, basically some kind of spell that is a modification of another spell, or makes adjustments to other spells. Yeah, here. I'll put a square so you can know where it is.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking. Anyway, destroy it barely, unless.
So it's like a 5-foot square.
Yeah, it's technically 10 foot in diameter, but I couldn't get it to go in halvesies. Yeah, see.
Oh, I see.
And it's right at the feet of the barbarous statue.
Where are the squares that make this?
Zephyr, what do you do?
That's it. I don't like, so I'm trying to figure out a way to destroy it. But I don't necessarily have anything to destroy.
No pigeons.
I'm just humming. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know you know. No pigeons. Coop them up.
Yeah, I'm looking at my box. I see I have one. I do have a way to do it. So, question is, which one's more flammable?
Good start.
I think wine is pretty flammable.
Is that Peach? Is Peach outside?
Yeah, I took outside.
Amanda, can you please mute yourself?
I'm sorry,
If
it
you're
just
gonna do
scared
that.
me. I didn't know she was out there.
But I will kind of.
No.
I will pour oil all around this area.
Oh,
Okay.
that's one way to do it.
Just right in his face.
Let me check to see if that actually does undo invisibility. I don't think so, I'm just checking.
So yeah, it's like not an attack.
Yeah, let me see. Potion of invisibility.
Yeah, it'd be very bad for you to lose invisibility standing right in the middle of all of them.
Yeah, it only ends if you attack or cast a spell, so.
Hey, it's a good thing Zephyr ain't no damn dirty spellcaster, am I right?
You got something to say, bro?
Zephyr, you step forward and begin dousing that zone in oil. Emptying out your flask. Make a sleight of hand check.
What, are you trying to see if he'll see it?
Yeah, like, he obviously won't see Zephyr, but I'm seeing if he'll be able to see, the sudden little oil spill.
And be very confused.
Yeah, presumably. I
don't
doubt it, but it's worth a check.
Well, you are good to doubt because I rolled a 3, so 30.
All right.
Wait, do you have
Yeah, I have reliable talent. I have expertise and stuff.
No,
Yeah,
do
so
you have
30.
reliable talent?
Yeah, that's what he said.
I am a rogue. Yes.
All right, Zephyr. Quietly and like literally just doing it like at the lip of it, so you don't. There's not even like that little trickle. You douse that zone in oil. Barbarous does not appear to take notice. The officers continue past you. 10, 15, 20, 30. They keep pace. Barbarous, at this point, begins to descend the stairs. Makes it to about here as he's talking. I want you to know, for what it's worth, he pauses, almost like he's considering what he wants to say exactly before giving a shrug. Well, I'd be lying if I said I regretted how things went when we first met. But that was before the good doctor informed me exactly how useful you are. So I think when this is over, I'll keep you and your elf friends alive just long enough for the Concord to pry your precious blood out of you before I put you where you belong. Who knows? The little goblin was able to get you right the first time. Let's see if we can't repeat miracles, huh? He looks around, seeming to be almost half expecting a response before shaking his head and giving a rueful smile beneath the mask. The mask specifically covering up like his nose upwards. Suit yourself.
In the box.
That little zone goes up in smoke. I actually need to check something.
Would that consider attack?
Yeah, no, actually, I need to check if what you're doing this to is even flammable.
I don't know, but you know what? It could serve as a good distraction.
Good thing Lucian's not here.
Yeah, isn't that tile and stone?
Yes, and I was checking to see what he's doing this to is, but it's not, so. Zephyr, the ground catches fire, and while you are in, you do not get any special reaction. The ground catching fire grabs the attention of him and the other officers in the room, and Barbarous gives a split-second grin before launching the sword blade out as a projectile. He's just swinging randomly, so he will have insane disadvantage on this.
Yeah, that's probably why I want that sword.
Or did he fire the sword? Did he fire like the sword blade?
Yeah, the blade is projectable.
So he's got a ballistic sword.
Yeah, essentially, yes. It's a hilt that he can attach to blades and use them as throwing weapons.
It's similar to my umbrella. I don't use it much, but I can actually shoot my blade out as well.
Mm-hmm. Zephyr, the long sword blade goes flying at you with in very impressive speed, but sadly, again, with you being out of sight, you are fairly easily able to dodge it, I imagine. Does a 11 hit?
Barely done.
All right. Zephyr, to his credit, the blade does, like, if you had been one of your comrades who were taller, that actually would have hit you. It goes sailing over your head before impacting the opposite wall and sticking there.
Opposite. Now, how stuck is it?
Very loosely. It's not very firm at all.
I'm just gonna go over there and just kind of.
You fucking dingus.
What is he doing to it?
He's just taking the. Zephyr's just gonna steal every sword that this guy takes.
Shoot me, I take your blades.
Is that for fun? Sleight of hand. I think it's literally impossible for him to see you unless he rolls a nat 20, but...
To be fair, Barbarous is acting like a child, so, I mean, it's only natural to take away his toys.
30.
Yeah, no. Zephyr, you quickly scurry over and grab the discarded sword.
Now, time for the main event.
Yeah, and I will say, I was going to say this regardless, but yeah, after Zephyr instigates whatever he's about to do here, I will then cut to the rest of you.
Oh yeah, just gonna kind of scurry up the stairs, right over here, and just like do like a little flyby of like. Eek.
All right, flyby, roll to hit.
Roll to hit. No. What I mean by flyby, my hands go into his fly, and I don't know. I grab something.
Excuse me?
Do you want to do your usual thing of like see what you can find on his person and then decide what to steal?
I like how you're like, do you just not? You just want to stay? Like, what do you want? Here's a list. What are you gonna steal?
I mean, yeah, basically, yeah, like basically, I can just do it randomly, but you know, I want to give you a chance. So yeah, do you want to like do a quick like see what you can feel and then grab it and run?
Sure.
All right.
Based on what he said, there's not much to find in the fly.
Roll perception.
Okay with that.
Or actually, wait, sorry, investigation for this. Sorry.
I am glad. Investigation. I'm glad you've changed your mind there. 18.
Yeah. All right. With an 18, you are able to get a good idea of what he's carrying. He's not really wearing an armor of any description, actually. He's just wearing, like, noble robes in the barbarous colors, black with the red rose on his back. You can see the 2 quivers of swords on either side of his belt. You can see the hilt itself is just in his hands. Taking that would be difficult, especially without being noticed. But you can also see he is carrying a kind of spiked looking almost mace-like item on his back, kind of just sheathed along the side. And a pouch of 300 platinum.
If I have more.
For now.
Yeah, for now. I'll get more when I need it.
Well, I guess I'll steal the spiky thing.
Roll sleight of hand.
Do we really have? I have not been rolling at lower under. I've been rolling under 10 this like almost all day.
Yeah, it's literally just reliable talent that's keeping you in the green.
Pretty much, but it's like literally when we were kind of doing stealth rolls, every so often I'd roll sleight of hand. Literally twice in a row, I did that. I got a natural 20.
Fuck, dude. Like, Zephyr is built for one thing and one thing only.
I know, but I got so
2 things.
Alright.
Speed and sleight of hand.
Zephyr, you grip the mace and slide it out of its holster and scurry on by without being noticed. He appears to be oblivious. But as you run by him, you can hear him mumble to himself, "Where are you?" And you can see he's already sliding another blade into the hilt's grip.
Where is he?
Anything else, Zeph?
That'll be it for now. Sounds like it's like a meanwhile.
Yeah, meanwhile. However, one final addendum to this. Zephyr, as you're scurrying down the stairs with his spiked club, you hear a sound. The cracking of ceramic. You, and I will say for the rest of you, you will be able to hear this as well, but just don't react to it immediately. A blood-curdling scream as Barbarous goes stumbling back, clutching at his now broken mask, blood spurting from his face, with an arrow sticking out. You turn and see the now shimmering into view form of the Wolfhound.
I knew it!
It's something to what, but I like it.
Give me just a second to position him on the battle map, and we will see what the others are up to.
Interesting question. If
Interesting
you're
answer.
invisible, can you see other invisible things?
No. That only is if you're, like, on the ethereal plane.
Have the ability to see
Okay, that's what I thought.
creatures.
So he's about there. All right. Boop. There we go. For the rest of you, switch up the music real quick. Caleb, elves.
Yes.
Zephyr scurries ahead of you, and for about 3 minutes, you don't hear back. But you don't see any rush from the soldiers. You don't imagine Zephyr's gotten into trouble, at least. Do you do anything in those 3 minutes, or you're just going to wait to see if something happens?
Do it.
I'm gonna have a flash pot ready to see if anything happens.
Okay. What's his? You just kind of cradle a flash pot in your grip. The rest?
Nothing from me.
Okay. A series of things happen in rapid sequence that get your attention. You hear a smattering of gunfire from the opposite side of the walls. From the sounds of it, the Western Alliance has reached the Citadel, and the garrisoned forces are now engaging them.
Are the ones on our side look like they're reacting to that?
The ones on your side are charging, so the defenders are reacting.
No.
Oh.
The people on the wall on our
Oh,
side.
yes. However, on the ones towards you, make an insight check.
Insight. Okay.
Can I give an advantage? Because I would have been looking for that kind of thing as well.
Absolutely. Caleb, roll insight with advantage.
Alright. It's gonna be 17.
Caleb, looking at the defenders, you see that they're not moving, and you're trying to piece together why, but as you study their expressions and movements, you point out to Caleb what you see, and both of you come to the conclusion. They're not moving, but they want to. They've been deliberately ordered to not leave their position no matter what. But you can see by their expressions, they can hear their comrades duking it out and dying literally like just across the field from them. But you can see a few of them are looking over their shoulders, but most of them are too afraid to even turn around. It appears whatever orders they got were strict. However, they do seem at least distracted, but they're not leaving.
Okay, you guys. I'm going in there.
Alright. Might as well make our move. Hopefully they're thinking about other things right now.
Yep.
You can't
I'm gonna
believe
throw
a
the
force
flash
that's
pot.
can't believe a force that small is actually trying to fight divided.
But like Barbarous, you don't really get a choice.
You run forward and sling your flash pot through the air. Let me roll.
Yeah, like before he even hits, he's still running. He's not stopping. He's just
I assume,
as
yeah.
he's running.
All right. Just making sure. Yep. Okay. I was making sure this could even work on them. They fail. You sling your flash pot into this little army unit, and they all let out a bone-chilling shriek. Oh, there we go. I realized I had them slightly wrongly positioned. There we go. They give a bone-chilling shriek as they're blinded. Lucy and Caleb, what are you doing?
As soon as the flash spot goes, I'm gonna run for the Talus Tower.
All right. And Caleb?
I guess Caleb will follow them.
All right. The three of you charge, sling yourself over the wall as the blinded troops rub at their eyes and scream and cry. However, the screams are a little overshadowed by Lucian, especially with your laser focus on where you're going. You hear that same shriek coming from the palace. However, from your position, you can't see what's happening.
I'm just going as fast as my legs can carry me.
And I will say, he's not killing any of these soldiers. He's just going by.
No,
he's just going to say as he goes by, if y'all want to live and see your families, go ahead and go.
Roll intimidation.
It's your last chance.
Intimidation.
Wait, hold on. I thought a way Caleb might be able to give him a little help with that.
Please.
Caleb says, before the thieves get to them.
Ooh.
Roll intimidation.
Now that is a threat.
However, I do want to encourage party participation, so I will give you advantage.
So, wait, who's rolling now?
What's his with advantage?
Okay.
Yeah, since you were helping him.
Thanks for that advantage. Went from a 15 to a natural 20.
Nice.
All right.
Wait, was that the second roll there was a natural 20?
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn, that's the classic right there.
Given their collective screaming, you're not sure if they catch the specifics of what either of you say, but they do seem to quickly get the gist and throw down their guns and throw up their hands and step just kind of blindly in all directions before settling for just kneeling in place.
That is fair, since they can't see.
The three of you begin to charge in as Zephyr, you are in the palace with the assembled officers and the Wolfhound staring down a target. At this point, everyone roll for initiative.
Caleb gets advantage on that, too.
Indeed you do. All right.
Same.
As usual, just give me a moment before we start calling out. I'm going to go
Sword of subtlety gives him advantage.
All right.
Oh, that's pretty good.
All right. I believe you...
Okay, yep.
Double checking if there's advantages or anything to be accounted for here.
No, it's a scimitar warning.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, regardless, yeah, he does get advantage, but yeah, that is what's giving it to him.
Oh yeah, it was. I think I meant to say scimitar warning.
It's all good. Yeah, you're dual wielding two magic swords. You're good. Okay, yeah, it's just a bonus, not advantage. Okay. Really? All right. Barbarous coming in at a strong. Actually better than I thought. 17 to initiative.
You want
Not
us to call
bad.
out?
I'm gonna do the 25 to 20 thing like I usually do. I'm just
Also, keeping Caleb's role in mind. I'm just like, and just thinking of that Gimli line. Not bad for, you know, the one man.
yeah. Not bad for a little thieving princeling. All right, so that's a plus 10 total, so a 24 for the Wolfhound.
Dang.
And real quick, before you guys start calling, let me, I promise I'll let you. Let me just lastly do the Wolfhound's damage roll on Barbarous. Holy shit. That was a natural 20 on that initial strike, and then I rolled max damage.
Yeah, that's fair. You did somewhat shoot him in the face. Ooh, did he take out an eye?
Yes, he did.
Nice.
Crits can always do permanent scars, so...
Nice.
Barbarous comes in at that. Got it. Okay. Sorry about making you guys wait. I appreciate your patience. 25 to 20.
I got a 24
All right.
Ooh,
You
from
will
a
go after
natural 20.
Nice. You will go after the Wolfhound.
23.
23. You will go after Caleb.
Dang. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You will go after Zephyr.
Also, now you get it. I wasn't thinking like, oh, that's not bad for Caleb. No, that's not bad for Barbarous.
Yeah. No, I assume. Don't worry. Not bad for a little racist princeling. All right. Lucian initiative, since you're the last one.
Yeah, no worries. 17.
All right, 17. You will be going last.
Yeah.
All right.
We got some
Officers
good
will be going.
initiative rollers in here.
Yes. All right.
I don't have a +2 to my initiative, so.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
not a
you're
fighter.
good. It's not a big deal. It's just the order. All right. Turn order is Wolfhound, Caleb, Zephyr, the officers, What's-His, Barbarous, Lucian.
Alright, just let me know when it's my turn.
Yeah. First up, the Wolfhound. Let me shut all this down. I don't need any of that right now. Master Assassin means he has advantage on his attack rolls. Oh, I actually forgot about his sneak attack. Let me roll that real quick. I'll apply that from his last attack.
The sneak.
Because it was a
I'm
crit.
pretty sure if I remember, sneak attack doesn't get doubled by a crit, right?
No, I think it does. Am I wrong?
Yeah, that's up
Austin?
to you.
I'm pretty sure it does.
I think we
Oh,
thought we
okay.
did imply it did, but I mean, it's up to the GM on that.
Yeah, because it's like counted as part of the attack. Because I know I rule it like that at my other tables, so it's unusual if I didn't do it at this one.
He kills Barbarous in one hit.
That would be pretty impressive, I would think.
Killed your dad in one hit.
What?
Remember during the assassination during the meeting?
Yeah, the previous king of Tavadro.
Yeah, but like the
What
king-
one shot him.
I don't think he was even aiming for him. I think he missed. It sounded like he missed.
I just need one more cube. Where are my cubes? There's my cube. Dice, be gone. I need space.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Go on.
Okay.
Go on.
Zephyr, Barbarous has enough time to let out that scream and clutch at his broken mask and presumably ruined eye before he stumbles, falls to his knees, and passes out.
Was that
Hold it.
instant?
No, it wasn't instant death. He's just unconscious. However, it did do enough to knock him out instantly.
Oh my god. Well, that was anticlimactic.
Man, Matthew, you might need to nerf the Wolfhound.
Oh no, Barbarous was a weak piece of shit.
Really? Even though
He
had,
wasn't
like...
wearing any armor.
I don't think even that. I don't think he does wear armor. I think it's...
But it's not like, didn't he have like that whole fight with that one bitch?
Yeah. Remember, that was 100 years ago. He's an old man.
Oh, he is, isn't he?
By human standards, even with modern medicine, he would be on his deathbed. He's been getting carried this far on spite alone. But hey, like I said, he's just unconscious. Show's not over yet. So that means the Wolfhound is free to do what else he wishes to do. He is going to...
Zephyr.
Oh, not if Zephyr... Oh, he can't see Zephyr yet anyway, but, you know, not unless Zephyr makes him.
I don't like that.
Well,
Alright.
it sounds like he has a goal here in mind. If I stop him, then yeah.
Yeah, that's on you. He's going to dash and actually get about where you are, Zephyr. As he charges forward, Zephyr, you notice he's not paying you any attention. I mean, not that he can see you, but, like, you notice he's not paying attention to the officers all readying their guns at him either. Even with Barbarous down, he is laser focused on getting to him.
Hmm.
That is the end of his turn. Caleb, you're up. Zephyr on deck. I cleared out the officers, so they're not on the map anymore. Caleb, as you and the elves leap over the walls, again, you just hear the impact and the scream. You're surrounded by surrendering soldiers. What do you wish to do?
God damn, this is a big-ass fucking map.
I have to account for Zephyr's movement speed when I do map design.
God dang, consider the rest of us too here. I mean, even if I dash, I cannot get to the fucking door.
Well, I will say you could probably at least get to the door. You can.
Yeah, bonus action dash and then action
kind of
dash.
Whatever.
And then,
at this point.
yeah, rocket boots for What's-His, and then broom of flying for Lucy. And like almost all of you guys have some method of moving at fuck off speeds.
Alright, I guess Kayla don't have a choice. He's gonna bonus action and action dash.
All right, where do you wish to end up with 90 feet of movement?
Well, I guess, are the doors open already, or do we need to open them?
You'll need to open them, but like you don't need to take like an action to do that. That's literally, you could just like run through, like bash them open. They're not locked or anything.
Yeah, Caleb heard something going on in there, so he wants to find out. So I guess he'll run up to the door and like open it to look inside.
All right. Boop. Caleb, you sprint across the field, leaving the elves behind. As you run up to the door and peek in, you see the officers, a few officers inside, not looking your way, as attention seems laser focused on the Wolfhound. He's here. You can see the slumped figure of Barbarous on the staircase, arm and blood and ceramic shards trickling down the stairwell, as the Wolfhound is just sprinting towards him, completely disregarding the trained guns on him.
Well, Caleb can't attack this turn, so
All right.
let me just do some quick checks here.
All right. In the meantime, Zephyr, you're on deck.
Okay, I could get to these guys.
Yeah, and from where you are, you have cover. So if they do decide to shoot at you for whatever reason, you'll have cover. All right, Zephyr, you're up. And What's-His, you'll go after the officers.
All right. So the Wolfhound's wearing mask, correct?
Yes. However, you do see he has disregarded the goggles that he normally wears, revealing his eyes.
Oh, and what does his eyes look like?
A brilliant, shining, kind of kind of that sort of like bluish brown, you know?
I'd like to steal this man's man.
Roll sleight of hand with advantage.
There you go. That's what I was wanting you to do.
Steal his mask? Well, his mask I don't care about. I don't think he has that same effect, but...
Didn't I give the animated shield? Oh no, what's this? Can't use shields, right? Isn't that the problem?
You know, I can.
Yeah, he can.
He doesn't.
I thought I gave him the animated shield.
Yeah, the shield of arrow catching or whatever.
No, that you got from the gnolls. He's referring to the animated shield he gave you.
Well,
I think there's a bunch of stuff in my inventory I thought I gave other people.
I was like, the arrow catching shield's one I have. I never gave it to him yet.
And I've only got one shield at the moment. It's a +1 shield.
I'm trusting you guys to track your inventories correctly. Like, if you don't have it, then don't use it.
Yeah.
All right, Zephyr, sleight of hand.
37.
Okay. Yeah, no defense for that. Let me just roll something real quick. Man, gotta give you credit, Zephyr. You are fucking sneaky.
Yeah, that's Zephyr.
Zephyr, as the wolfhound runs by you, you reach up and yank the kind of leathery mask off of the wolfhound's face, causing him to kind of stumble and stutter in place. He just barely is shy of knowing like where it was that the pull came from, but as he looks over his shoulder to try and see where this came from, Caleb, peeking in through the doorway, you see the face of your father staring out in your direction blankly, confused for a brief moment before he furrows his brow and turns back to his task, seeming to just ignore that his face is exposed. Your father is the wolfhound.
Yeah, just like we've been telling him this entire time.
Zephyr, I believe that would constitute your...
Bonus action.
Yeah, because of fast hands. So you have your action and everything else. What would you like to do?
Alright. Let me... Do I want him to kill Barbarous? I care about... I don't like this man, so... Just trying to think, how can I make him fall?
Why, the wolfhound?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Perfect. Ball bearings.
Oh my god! Also, Zephyr, point of inspiration. You are genuinely so fucking creative to keep finding ways to fight without ending your invisibility. Like, the fact that you've made it, like, 3 essentially turns in, like, this combat turn and a couple, like, indirect turns. Doing a bunch of things that are effective or useful without attacking or casting a spell is genuinely incredible.
Well, he's a rogue. He doesn't need spells.
Alright, Zephyr, you scatter a bag of ball bearings at the wolfhound's feet. Whenever he moves, he will have to roll against falling. Anything else on your turn, Zeph?
That will be all for now.
Alright. What says you're on deck, but the officers are up. All of them are going to turn and focus their attention on the assassin and open fire.
Say bye to your dad, Caleb. Again.
I doubt though. No. They do.
Hit.
My still thing is like, is that Caleb's dad?
Well, I mean, at that point, you're getting into philosophy, but...
Yeah, I'm just like,
Maybe. It certainly looks like him. Caleb, you watch as all 4 of the officers open fire in the direction of the man who looks like your father. Zephyr, you and Caleb watch as the first shot, he just holds up his metal hand and blocks the bullet without looking. And then as the second one fires, he turns, stops it with his palm. And then as the next 2 fire, he does this like break-dancing flip to dodge between the bullets before his gaze is finally torn away from his quarry and in the direction of the officers briefly before he turns back to his given task. What's as you're up? Lucian, you're up after Barbarous makes a saving throw.
Okay. Let's see. Looking at my speed.
You get a little above average, just you don't have a way to double dash.
So if I use my action, I can get all the way basically a little bit further past the door.
Yep.
But if I use my action, that means I can't use my second action to attack.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's part of the action. You must take the attack action and then attack.
Yeah.
Twice.
So what do you wish to do?
Oh,
You just get more attacks, not more actions. Well, actually, I think there are some ways to have more actions.
Fighter, yeah.
Well, the fighter
Like
with action surge and also haste.
Yeah, haste as well. I always forget haste does that.
He's got to get up there, so...
Alright. Rocket boots dash, or just sprinting?
Just sprinting, because I think a rocket boots actually lower him down to 30 feet.
Okay. Alright.
And he'll go
They're
all
more
the way
useful for
in.
going up.
Alright. So about there?
Correct.
Okay.
Also, yeah, your rocket boots are equal to your walking speed. It's just that it doesn't.
Yeah.
It wouldn't necessarily.
Lucian, you watch as after slinking over the wall, just goes barreling past the blinded, surrendering soldiers and barrels through the smallest of the doors, just bashing it open with his metal arms. And as you stumble into the room, the officers all throw a panicked look your way as now you too see the exposed wolfhound skulking towards a fallen Barbarous.
I knew it!
Anything else on your turn?
You know what? Just to fuck with this dude, if he goes to strike at Barbarous, I want a reaction and use which shield is it's magic shield thingy he does.
Yeah.
Spirit shield. Oh, bonus action to rage just in case.
Alright.
Because he has to be raging to do it.
Alright, rage and spirit shield. Another creature you can see. They have to be within 30 feet of you.
Oh, yeah. Never mind then as far as that part goes.
Alright,
he'll still rage.
Yeah, you enter into a rage. From the sounds of it, determined to not let the wolfhound take this kill from you.
Oh, it's his kill.
Yeah.
One among many.
And many more.
Lucian, you're about to be up. I just have to make a quick death save for Barbarous, which he fails.
One.
Not an at one, but he does fail it.
Now if he not once, he just dies.
Yep.
Yeah,
Lucian,
he
you're
is
up.
an old man after all.
You're muted, by the way, if you're talking.
She did say she had to step away for a minute.
Oh, if that's the case, then here, I'm assuming she's going to use her the bloom of flying, my favorite flower-based transportation item.
I'm surprised that isn't a thing.
Yeah, it's a magic flower that
flying speed of 50 feet.
goes around someone and then like it regrows somewhere else and opens, and boom, there's a player.
All right. I'll say she dashes on her broom of flying to get here so that she has cover, but I won't put her in unless she says otherwise. That way she's at least nearby. Oh, there she is. Hello, Luce. Here, I'll move you back. Sorry.
No. I was gonna do that. It's fine.
Okay, so that is your action, just to dash, but you do still have your bonus action and everything else. So you're only down. You still have an additional 15 feet of movement and your bonus action.
Okay, I'll move as close as I can.
All right, towards Barbarous, I assume.
Yeah.
All right. Doot. Puts you right next to What's-His.
Well, she had you said 50 feet of movement speed with her broom.
Oh,
right?
yeah, that is correct. So she should have another
20 feet.
Yeah, so she'll be there.
Can somebody stream the map for me?
Austin, are you able to? Thank you. All right.
I dropped my dice where it went, so I don't have to use something else.
All right. One more should do it. All right.
Where is Barbarous?
He is up here, bleeding out.
Okay.
He already failed one death save.
Yep.
Where's the Wolfhound?
Right here next to Zephyr. You cannot see Zephyr, but you can see the guy.
The guy.
Top of the round. Everyone's made
bad.
it. Everyone's made it to the scene.
Okay, there it goes. I still have my bonus action. Don't have very many choices for bonus actions. Give me 1 second. I gotta see what I got for bonus actions.
All right. Yeah, you can do spiritual weapon, spare the dying, healing word, shield of faith, misty step, mass healing word.
I'll do Misty Step to get closer.
Okay. 30 feet forward. That puts you... Are you willing to be next to the Wolfhound?
Oh, if I have to be.
Okay.
Can I be next to Zephyr instead?
Yeah, I mean, that'll still put you in engagement range of the Wolfhound, but you want to be as close to Zephyr as you... What's that?
No. Right where I am. Perfect.
Okay. Zephyr, as you invisibly hold the Wolfhound's mask, you see Lucian fly in, dash in the direction of the stairs before reappearing with an elvish teleportation, whirling around as Lucian, the Wolfhound, just stares at you. You don't even see a hint of recognition. It's like he doesn't even equate you to be the person he fought not like a few weeks before. However, you can still see a wicked-looking bruise where you dropped him into the well. Yeah, sorry. I remembered Lucian looked down at him, so I couldn't remember who did the dropping. Yeah, it was Zephyr dropped him into the well.
Yeah, with a geyser.
I like how Zephyr's just been slowly, both metaphorically and literally, unmasking the Wolfhound. Like, first ruining the goggles and then tearing off the mask.
Can I recognize his face?
Yeah. It's the same man you saw before. Papa.
I'm gonna say talking to him is free action, right?
Yeah, talking is always a free action. As long as you're not trying to, like, persuade or intimidate.
I guess it will be up to your interpretation if this is going to be intimidating.
Yeah, you could still say a thing. I'm just saying it won't have a mechanical effect unless you dedicate a turn to it. So yeah, go ahead. You can say whatever you want.
Why are you here?
Do anyone of you present speak... I'm just going to check real quick. He does respond, but in a language none of you understand.
I'm fairly sure I know what it is.
Probably. Top of the round. The Wolfhound is... Double checking here. He's not going to disengage. He's just going to move towards the stairs and up. Do either of you take attacks of opportunity?
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, roll to hit.
Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Okay.
If only one of you had Sentinel.
If I have, well, I don't have Sentinel, but I think D&D Beyond. Stop it. Stab him.
All right, roll.
Ooh, not bad. 11 plus 1, so 12.
Lucian, you swing out wildly with your weapon, but he just stops, grabs you by the wrist, just stopping your swing completely in its tracks, stares at you for a moment before just throwing you backwards and then continuing on his way.
I hiss at him.
Zephyr, do you attempt to stop him?
Give him a second.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're muted if you're talking, but now you might be busy.
He came in here.
I forgot. First off, is he moving at normal speed?
Yes.
I doubt he'll not make it.
Oh, yeah, yes. Thank you for reminding me, though. I did almost forget about the fucking little beads. Let me roll for that.
I feel like
double
even a
checking.
natural one would still succeed, but you know what?
Yeah, what's the DC, does it say?
10.
Yeah, legit, it is impossible for him to fail.
I figured it might be
But for fun, I'll roll. Yeah, no.
What was Zephyr trying to do?
Use the use those little ball bearings to trip him up, but he's just too agile. So Zephyr, like on your turn, do you do anything, or rather for an attack of opportunity, do you do anything? But yeah, no, thank you for reminding me. I would have forgotten otherwise.
I guess I will swing.
All right, roll to hit. However, you do not have advantage from your invisibility.
I have advantage anyways.
Okay, so yeah, you do get advantage as long as it doesn't come from being unseen. He has the alert ability. Other creatures do not gain advantage as a result of being unseen by the Wolfhound.
But I have advantage to the pack tactics.
So yeah, that still applies. Roll to hit.
Alright, I rolled a natural 1 and a 4. So 14.
Zephyr, you lunge forward with your parasol, but just as your invisibility begins to waver from the swing, he grabs your parasol, stares down at you once again, completely unrecognizing of you, reaches up and hits the button that causes the parasol to deploy into a shield, and the resulting whoomph causes you to go flying back from him as the umbrella forcibly separates you with its mechanics. And once the two of you are away from him, he just kind of considers you both for a moment before, seeming to deem you not threats, continues forward.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
He kneels next to Barbarous, takes out a short sword that you notice Zephyr is gleaming with that same chilling, icy energy. And he's going to place it under Barbarous's throat and slice. That's a hit, and on an incapacitated target, automatic crit. You all watch as the Wolfhound yanks up Barbarous by the hair, his shattered mask falling to pieces, revealing an arrow impaling his left eye. He has just enough consciousness left in him to look up in confusion before his gaze settles on all of you. And you see he literally, ignoring the person who's about to slit his throat, looks to Lucian, What's-His, and Zephyr, and just hisses, "Monsters," before, with sickening precision, the Wolfhound cuts his throat and ends him.
Yeah, that's fair.
With his remaining attack, he is going to separate the head from the body. Using the metal arm to yank it free from the neck. He looks at the head in his arm, stands up, says something in that same indecipherable tongue, and starts making his way out.
Because it was dwarvish, wasn't it?
Point of inspiration, Wences.
I hope he knows I'm not going to just let him leave after this.
He doesn't seem to care as long as you're not getting in his way. Barbarous is dead. His decapitated head is being dragged by his assassin away from the battlefield. But his progress is slow, casual, meandering. He goes between Lucian and Zephyr once more, completely ignoring your presence. Caleb, you're up. Zephyr on deck.
Wait, so where is the wolfhound?
Up here, 65 feet from you.
Okay. Does it seem like the like gunner guys, are they how what's like gonna be their sort of reaction to what has transpired?
It seems like they're at the very least attempting to stop the assassin from just leaving. Their attention still seems pretty firmly fixed on him.
Alright, so if Caleb were to attack them, it would be a surprise attack, right?
Yeah, I'll say given that their attention was on Zephyr and Barbarous's interaction, and of course the Wolfhound's approach, and then you arrived, I'll say that, yeah, you arriving a little late does give you a surprise, sure.
Alright.
What are you giggling about, Austin?
What?
Well, message me about it at least. You know I hate when you do that! Yeah, go ahead, Caleb. What you gonna do?
Considering everything Caleb has just seen so far, he's gonna do things a little bit differently than he has done lately. He's going to draw the Sword of Subtlety in his main hand and the Scimitar of Warning in the other. And he's gonna rush at those guys to try to get rid of them as quickly as possible. Now here's the question. I believe sneak attack will only apply to one attack a turn, correct?
Yes, only once per turn.
Yeah.
Alright. So, taking out your melee weapons and you're gonna rush up to the boys?
Yep. And just the first one he comes to, he's gonna stab with the Sword of Subtlety.
Alright, roll to hit.
And I believe because I'm surprising them, it's an automatic crit, right? Isn't that how it works?
No, if you hit, it's an automatic crit. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant
If
like
I hit, it's.
They meant just. Oh yeah, I hit him. But,
Yeah, so yeah, you gotta roll to hit, and if you hit, crit.
Okay, with the Sword of Subtlety, that's gonna be a 30 to hit.
That hits.
So that should be an automatic crit.
Yep.
probably unconscious.
Oh, almost. That probably. Honestly, they might just straight up be dead.
But I
I don't know what happened to my third D6. I'm just going to do it 2 at a time.
Oh, it's okay, different. Oh no. I thought the Sword of Swords was that one that can't kill or something.
No,
that's
you're
the
thinking of
cloak.
the that hood he's got, I think.
Okay, so
Or is it
1d6 plus 8 for that. So that will be that. Let me just copy that result. We'll add that to the. Now for the sneak attack. This is going to be 8d6.
There's a lot.
Yeah, like I said, might be over for these guys.
This will be 7 and 8.
Just out of curiosity, how much HP do they actually have? Physically possible.
Let me actually check. I'm curious.
Okay, so that's before I crit, so now times 2. So the first guy's gonna take 72 damage.
Yeah, he is instantly dead with a little bit room to potentially kill him a third time.
So you killed him.
I have a feeling the
afterwards
answer
killed
will
him
probably be
again.
no, but could we say I stab him so hard I stab into the other guy and he takes the excess?
No, but I'm willing to flavor the damage from your second attack as being that. But no, there is no damage spilling.
Okay. I was just checking. And also, now I'm going to attack the other guy
Yep.
with the Sword of Subtlety,
Yep. Roll to hit.
which is just
No,
regular, which is just like no modifiers, correct?
Yes. And at this point, obviously, element of surprises.
Well, I mean, I killed the first guy, so do I still have surprise
He
on
was
the
right
other one?
next to him.
Yeah, but it's like this is happening in like less than a second, right?
Yeah, fine. You're gonna kill him anyway. Go for it.
Well, watch you get a natural 20.
Well, you see, you gotta remember one thing, Matthew. You gotta remember one thing. I mean, I do have a solution, but you do gotta remember, I don't have modifiers on this attack to hit.
Fair, but
So, I am in fact going to have to use a lucky point on that second attack.
okay.
I am in fact gonna have to use another one.
All right.
It's the electronical dragon all over again.
Okay, I think I finally got one that'll hit. Will a 21 hit?
Yes, that'll hit. Roll damage.
What was
17
that?
plus 4.
You know what? Yeah, like they're mooks, and one of them's already dead. The AC is 18.
Yeah. Okay, they actually have the same AC as Caleb. And then, I believe, do I still add +4 to the damage from the Scimitar Warning?
Yeah, you just don't get modifiers from like your stat. Oh, actually, yeah, because unless you have the dual wielding feat, then no, because
So it's
unless
just
that's
a flat D6.
yeah, unless you're getting the +4 from your dexterity, which you don't apply to this. So yeah, no, just the flat d6.
Okay, so with that being doubled, it'll be 10 damage.
All right, they're bloodied.
Yeah, you see, Caleb could kill the first one easy.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
but-
sneak attack. It's because you're sneak
Yeah, sneak attack.
Yeah,
Caleb,
because apparently, what you just don't get very high damage weapons in this game.
Not like flatly, no. Very, very rare. Caleb, you charge into the palace, impale a guard with your blade, and with it still kebabbing through him, you kind of have to wave it around wildly with how difficult this sort of strike is, but
Well,
you do
attacked
manage
with
to...
the other sword too.
No, like I said, just since you said you want to do that whole damage spillover thing, I'm
No,
flavoring
no,
it.
I was saying that because I was wanting to know if I could do the damage carryover.
Oh, in that case, all right. And then taking out your second blade, slice up the side of the second officer, who gasps and falls against the wall briefly before righting his stance and readying his bayonet to charge at you. Is that the end of your turn,
Hey,
Caleb?
you know it's serious when Caleb's getting into melee range again.
Yeah. All right, that it for you?
Yeah.
All right, Zephyr, you're up. What's his after the officers?
I have already been seen.
Yeah, you're uninvisible.
You always try to capture him again.
You want
It's
to?
like round 2 of me trying to use the chains of resistance.
Has he ever used those successfully?
Successfully? I mean, on what's this, but I think he.
Yeah, on yourselves, but I don't think I don't know of on an enemy yet. At least not like permanently. What you want to do, Zeph?
I like how he's restrained more of his allies than his enemies.
That's pretty.
Well, I kind of let him.
I know. But still did it. Well, you let me or not, it's still done. But I will use the. I'm gonna try to wrap the chains around him.
Okay. Let me check something real quick.
There's any sort of.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's like a ruling for this.
If there's any sort of athletics, I'll be like, yes. Screw.
Failure. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. Grapple check. And then
I see. So.
okay, so to do this mid-battle, somebody's gonna have to keep him grappled while. Well, actually, Zephyr, because you have fast hands, you could probably do it. So you can grapple as your action, and then use fast hands to bonus action tie him up. But you have to grapple him.
Yeah, that's not. I don't.
I
think
have a
that's
feeling unless he nat 20s, that's not gonna happen.
If he rolls low, which probably not.
I've already rolled if you want to.
He's like, alright, you know what? Sure, why not?
I assume you guys are just gonna do stuff like this. Again, you don't have to. I'm just saying I do have the roll ready if you want to do it.
Yeah, get it. Let's see what happens. If I roll high.
Alright.
7.
He did not roll
70,
high.
that's a good one.
Zephyr, you grab the chains out of your bag and lunge out at the wolfhound. And without even looking at you, he just flips to dodge you and lands back deftly on his feet. And again, looks over his shoulder, kind of sizes you up, and again, seems to determine that you're just not a threat to him and keeps moving. Anything else on your turn?
I assumed that was my action.
Yeah, unfortunately. It would have been your bonus action to tie him up if you had succeeded.
I get that. In that case, particularly screw this man in particular. Bonus action potion of speed. And then I'm going to. That's the map again. Right there. I'm gonna go ahead and come over here and get right in front of him, and then I'm going to. I'm gonna pull out my decanter of endless water and geyser.
I feel like we always come back with a decanter of endless water.
It's a pretty reliable fucking item, to be fair, but I actually need to check. Sleight of hand check, disarm, or take the using. Okay, yeah. Well, okay, so unfortunately, Zephyr, you can't do the potion and the decanter. Because your object interaction was used up pulling the chains out.
I get what you're saying, but also, with the potion of speed, it gives me haste, so I have it.
Okay. In that case, go for it. Thank you for clarifying. Just wanted to check. All right, so that's a strength save on his part. Got it.
And wouldn't his strength save be at disadvantage since he came back down onto the ball bearings from the stairs?
The ball bearings don't. Right.
Yeah, it's a dexterity thing.
Yeah, it gives you or you have to make a dex saving throw, or else you.
And again, it's literally impossible for the ball bearings to have any effect on him. Like literally, even if he nat 1, he'd still succeed.
It was worth throwing.
Oh yeah, worth a shot. I get it.
That one like an auto fail?
Nope,
Not for saving throws. That's only for attacks. All right, Zephyr, strength save DC.
13.
All right. That is an 8. He is going to legendary resistance succeed.
Oh, he would.
However, Zephyr, as you all watch as Zephyr just blocks the Wolfhound's progress, levels his decanter, and just geyser. The Wolfhound just puts his metal arm up to block it and just holds his ground. But Zephyr, as the water clears, and you can see the ball bearings have all been scattered, Barbaros's blood is everywhere, the Wolfhound stares at you, and his fists clench. You are officially in his way. Yeah, he actually had to use an ability to get past you that time, so yeah, you are officially a target.
I just figured. I was like,
Also,
I'm technically
like legendary attack.
Well, he does have legendary actions, just none of them have been applicable yet. Alright, that the end of your turn, Zeph?
Yes.
Alright. You're about to be up. Officer's up first, though. The officer going up against Caleb is just going to take a swing with his bayonet. Charge your bayonets! Caleb does a 17 hit.
It actually doesn't.
Okay. Just making sure. Yep, no extra attack. All right, that's it for him. The other two are going to take their shots at the Wolfhound again. However, Zephyr, as the Wolfhound starts just stalking towards you, he just does not react as bullets just go whizzing past him.
What kind of shots are these, dude? They need to go back to the academy.
No, don't worry. It's just that, stormtroopers. It's just how they are.
Oh.
To be fair, you are also dealing with a party of high-level, mostly noble-blooded and highly trained adventurers, one of the best assassins in the world, and they are the guards for a wannabe king.
A dead wannabe king now.
Yeah, a dead wannabe king, I should add. Thank you. That is the end of the officer's turn. You're up? Lucian on deck. Because Barbaros is out of the picture.
And it might be suggestive for these guys just to fuck off. They seem a bit outmatched.
Yeah, out of their league. A little bit, yeah. But they got a job to do.
How far is 40 feet?
Let me measure for you.
Okay. I would like to. I'm trying to get the Wolfhound over here.
All right. You can get around here-ish.
And then I think it's a bonus action Misty Step.
Yes.
On the other side of him, so I'm across from Zephyr.
Very good. Strategic positioning. Appreciate that.
And Ionic Axe into the Wolfhound's head.
Roll to hit. You have advantage. Is this a called shot?
If I'm doing a called shot, I want to say into his shoulder. I want to take off his arm.
Metal or organic?
The metal one.
All right. Roll to hit flat.
Don't you have to crit to do something like that?
If you do a called shot, roll with disadvantage, and still hit, then I allow it. Otherwise, because you guys obviously don't know when you're going to crit, so I can't really ordain unless I just did it randomly. So for NPCs, if they crit, they do it. If you guys called shot, then you do it. And you guys can then pick what injuries you inflict.
And that is a 29 to hit.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Let's see. That is, let's see, 7 plus 7, so that's 14. Plus, he's raging, so that adds another 3. So 17 damage on the first hit.
Okay. Just a second. All right. What kind of damage?
It is slicing.
Or slashing, you mean?
Yeah, slashing, yes.
Okie dokie.
Slashing, slicing.
Yeah, it's all the same. All right, quick mental math here. All right. You whirl your ionic axe and begin to like just lumberjack into the wolfhound's shoulder. It does hit him, seeming to have caught him off guard with you just teleporting in behind him. Oh my, what machine deru and all. His arm does not come off completely, but you are about halfway to severing it.
You know what? Second attack.
Alright,
I'll
roll.
use to finish it up.
Roll to hit flat.
Okay, 25.
That's a hit. Roll damage. Let's see if you can pull this off.
And let's see. I don't get to add the modifier for that one, right?
You do not. Unless it's like a second attack you just get naturally.
Well, don't I get it naturally?
You do. And you already
Yeah,
used your bonus action to attack anyway, so it's only if you do the bonus action for an extra hit that you don't get it.
Okay. So I do get the thing then.
Alright, yeah, so go for it.
Okay, so that's another 13 plus the 3 from my rage. 16 damage.
Alright, almost. You continue to saw and hack. At this point, the arm is hanging on by sinew, but it is still just barely there. Well, I mean, yeah, it has to be attached somehow, though, surgically. So, yes, the arm is basically useless, but it hasn't fallen off yet. But, yes, you can see that the arm is basically functionless now. And he looks back at you, in actually, for the first time, visible shock. And this is the only time you see him actually emote. You guys have seen him get hit before, but he very rarely reacts. However, as his metal arm's on the verge of falling off, he actually does clutch at the stump and let out a
Come on, buddy. Focus on me.
And he does so. You are now a target. Is that the end of your turn,
Yes. For
All right.
now, that is all he's going to do.
All right. Lucian, you're up. You see that at this point, outside of Caleb massacring the officers, it's pretty much just Barbarus's officers and your party against the Wolfhound. What do you wish to do? You're muted if you're
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Let me just clarify. Are we all just attacking the Wolfhound now?
That's what Zephyr and What's-His are doing.
What is Caleb doing?
He's taking out the officers.
He's killing the ones that were shooting at him.
Man,
Is
how's he
that
gonna,
open, really?
like, how's he going to react if we end up
Yeah,
actually
I'm not
killing
really
his dad?
Sure, if I don't know if I want to murder Caleb's dad and quote.
It's up to you.
Um,
I mean, he was just leaving, but...
Yeah, Caleb kind of has a plan, but it does kind of rely on one crucial thing happening.
Him not dying.
Well, that's
That's a given constant.
yeah.
okay, so right now on the map, the thing that's between me and Zephyr, is that the Wolfhound?
Yes. Yeah, you, him, and What's-His have got him surrounded.
Damn hall is so big that Caleb's gonna need like everything to do what he needs to do in another turn.
Did he hurt any of my friends?
Not yet. Basically, he only just started actually registering that you guys are actually stopping him. So, no, he hasn't taken any hostile action yet, but he's going to.
Come on, buddy.
Trying to decide if I want to do this or not. And he has Barbarus's severed body.
Yes, although because the arm that he was holding it in is now useless, it did drop to the floor. Yeah, but he's holding the head, not the body. The body is still up on the stairs.
Make it a mess.
Yeah, bleeding everywhere. It's gross.
You got blood on my suit.
Yeah, you got the blood on my suit.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I mean, I don't want to kill this guy, but
Then don't.
I feel like I don't
You
have a
realize
choice.
you could just say you're doing non-lethal, right?
I did forget that. I don't think that's. Can I do that with spells?
Normally no, but I allow it at my tables because otherwise spellcasters get kind of like cheated on this sort of thing. So yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Basically, like, you can't do the sorcerer thing of saying it doesn't hurt my allies at all, but you can say I don't want it to kill. But you have to pre-declare that. You can't do it and then be like, oh wait, non-lethal. So as long as you say it first, you're good.
All right, I'm gonna say to him, I'm gonna look him right in the eyes. I don't care if he recognizes me or not. I'm going to say to him, "You lay a single finger on my friend, and you will regret it." And behind him, I'm going to cast Conjure Celestial.
Okay. Just a second. He is going to take the reaction Mage Slayer.
Oh no! Oh no!
It just means that he can attack you. He's using his reaction to attack you. Like, don't hurt my friends.
Alright, I'll just hurt you.
That's fine. I don't give a shit.
Alright. Just double checking anything he's got going on here. Yeah,
I would have thought Mage
Okay.
Slayer would have been like something a lot more specific than, oh, you just get an attack when someone casts.
Oh, you get yeah. There is other stuff. It's just one of them is if someone casts a spell in point blank, you can attack them as a reaction. All right, please.
When he does that reaction,
Battle of the reactions.
Spirit Shield.
Okay. What does that do?
What happened to your microphone?
I had to switch headphones,
Alright.
but I can reduce the damage by 4d6.
All right, go ahead and roll that. Lucian does a 29 hit.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for one time where Matthew be like, does a natural 20 hit?
Yeah. All right, Lucian, you take 7 piercing damage and 2 cold damage.
Really does not do a lot of damage in melee, does it?
That was with 1 attack and no sneak attack.
And 17 damage diverted.
All right, Lucian, he grabs his blade and plunges it towards you to stop you from casting the spell the moment he sees you speaking. But how do you want to flavor this ability?
Basically, I've have said in the past that the Spirit Shield manifests as like a spectral soldier that just blocks attacks.
Okay. A spectral soldier takes form of Geogran nobility and blocks the blade. The Wolfhound stumbles back in shock, and Lucian, your casting is uninterrupted. You cast your Celestial. Which spell is this in specific?
Let me see. It just says you call forth a celestial spirit. It manifests in an angelic form in an unoccupied space. But can I make it like, because I worship Marzana, can it be like a skeletal looking one?
Yeah, that's fine. It's just flavor anyway. Summon Celestial, just to make sure I know the spell.
It's in, let's see, it's on my...
No, like, just what is the name of the spell so I can check it?
It's Summon Celestial.
Okay, then yeah, all right. All right, you may do so. However, I will warn you, it will not fit on the other, like, you'll have to summon it next to you. You can't put it, like, flanking, but you can summon it. Is that fine?
I mean...
Because it's large, so...
Large.
Yeah, so you could summon it there, for example. But yeah, I can't fit on that other side.
Can it attack from there?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, that's fine.
All right. You summon a celestial spirit. I'm assuming you have the reliquary, correct?
The reliquary.
A golden reliquary worth at least 500 gold.
Oh shit! I did not see that.
Okay, in that case, you cannot cast that spell. Gold listing means it requires a material component. However, I will allow you to cast something else.
Instead, I didn't see that at first. I'm so sorry.
No worries. Nah, like that. Yeah, that's why I always ask so I can double check spells.
Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna say fuck you. Blight.
All right, blight.
I like to imagine Lucien just like attempted to cast the spell, but then it fizzles, and then they're like, "Oh shit!" And then
I was picturing it as like them like going through their pockets, like reliquary, and then realizing they forgot to buy one. Shit. All right, Constitution save 17.
No.
Now.
Meow.
Oh yeah, it's my cat. Sorry.
Yeah.
He knows I'm supposed to be done by now, so he's yelling at me for being off schedule.
Tell him I love him.
No, my cat is specific, dude. Like, it's on the second if I'm off schedule.
It's true.
Alright, does a 23 save?
Yes, but he still takes half damage.
Okie dokie.
It's necrotic damage!
Yep. Roll damage. And he will take half.
35, so half to 35.
Okay.
It would be like...
Yeah, it rounds down, so 35...
17? Then?
Yeah, 17. Okay.
Meow.
Yeah, ignore him, just don't give him attention.
I love you, Sal!
You give him attention when he does that, and he'll keep doing that.
He's a very strict producer.
He is. Alright. And this was a con save, so evasion does not apply. He takes it in full. Yep, nothing else he has would give him a benefit here. Yep. Alright. Lucien, you cast a blight upon the wolfhound. The limited part of his arm that's exposed and wounded begins to necrosis and rot at his shoulder. And he looks down at his rotting shoulder and chest area with an expression that's less pain and horror and more just this kind of almost befuddled expression.
More where that came from.
Does his arm finally fall off?
Again, it's hanging on by literally, I'm not even shitting you, 2 threads of muscle.
Okay, and then
Or
from...
mechanics or whatever the fuck it's attached with.
Well, again, there has to be some element where the metal stops and the organic begins.
What can I do for my bonus action?
I don't think much, actually.
Yeah, I don't really have many bonus
Yeah, all you could do spare the dying, if you want.
On who, though?
Yeah.
Spare the king.
No.
He's already dead. His head's missing.
Yeah, no, he's you must be double dead!
You must be double dead!
That's
all right.
The
wolfhound is not quite at the point where he's ready to flee yet.
Snake us!
He looks down at his wounds, grits his teeth, whirls his sword to bear, and prepares to fight his way out with his kill in tow. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Ignore the cat.
No.
Yeah, again, just I'm very sorry for him. He's poorly trained, and by that I mean he's literally too dumb to train.
I tried. I
Yeah,
tried.
I mean, like, don't end yet. I got something I need to do. Don't listen to the cat.
It's not about the cat. It's about the clock.
Don't listen to the
Yeah,
clock.
write it down.
Check out our website at officiald5hub.info. Down for maintenance at the moment, but soon to be resurrected from the grave like a filthy necromancer going up against a filthy assassin. Check out our link in chat to join our official D5 Discord server if you want to hang out with us directly. Support our episodes. Post on Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Google Podcasts, and the iHeart Podcast Network. Wherever you happen to get your podcast from, you can probably find it there. For our audio listeners, catch us live on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time on twitch.tv/Odd Tornado Productions. Check out Odd Tornado Productions official on Tumblr to find links to our other works, including our Human Rogues Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Killer5. That is 5 with a PH. Don't get it wrong. What's up? Oh, I thought Austin said something.
No,
If you enjoy what we do, please support us on Patreon. That link to be posted as well. On Ko-fi at kofi.com/Odd Tornado Productions, and follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/TornadoOdd. The TNO are capitalized if you want to get immediate updates whenever we go live, as well as updates on everything else we're doing. And if you want to see more of this party, plus or minus a few, tune in Mondays at 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time for our Monday game, Under Locks and Keys, featuring a party of globetrotting treasure hunters trying to assemble the artifacts of the gods in a race against technology-worshipping cultists. Thanks, everyone at the tables for what you're playing. Thanks, everyone at home for what you're watching, except for my cat, who's very loud. And we'll see you all next week.